Greetings, my lovely internet brethren of the world. We are going to be here in an amazing game. We're going to be watching NrGdde, the red Terran on the bottom right, going to go up against VTPokebunny. The Terran is green on the top left. So now, DDE... Okay, if you guys are just watching the VODs, which, by the way, people in the stream is youtube.com/zanderfeverSC. That's where the VODs are. These guys just had a big-on argument about what the answer to a math equation was, and it's ended up delaying the start of the tournament just because they wouldn't tell me that they were ready to actually play, as DDE was going off on sites, and now we actually have a pause from DDE. Okay, yeah, turn that off, DDE. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Give him a smiley face for that. Very manner of DDE. So definitely awesome to see that. And we're going to go ahead and see the game go. Yes, there it is. So DDE, much appreciated to you for being an awesome, awesome gentleman. So now, guys, it is another TBT, which means we're going to have fairly similar build orders. We'll see if somebody's going to go for a no-gas expansion. That is definitely a possibility. So VTPokebunny actually did that against Roses and ended up losing to a simple tank marine push. We'll see if that's going to get repeated in this game, or if DDE is going to be the one to try and do the no-gas fast expansion. This map is very good for that. It's GSL Tal'Darim Altar, which, especially in these positions, it is completely cross-map. It's going to mean that these guys have to walk a very long distance to get to the other person, which could lead to some amazing macro games, some amazing positional aspects that are so evident in TVT. DDE, all math aside, is a very strong player. And what is he doing with this SCV? Is he going to go ahead and scout? Looks like he's going to go ahead and send out a scouting SCV very, very soon. It does not seem that Pokemon's going to do the exact same thing. But look at this. No gas for DDE right now. We could easily be seeing a fast expansion coming from DDE, like I was just saying. It does seem that Pokebunny is not going to do that, especially probably having the Lost Roses in his head right now, which is going to go ahead and cause him to go for the normal Barracks Refinery type of build. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and watch these guys doing. DDE is already scouting down there. We do see that Pokebunny's got this SCV going to go ahead and not go to the right direction, but still DDE's expansion or orbital command is up, but nothing else. He's not getting up his expo quite yet. Just going to go ahead and continue to macro up. No gas though, so I'm definitely expecting some form of expo coming from him. It does seem that there it is. So Pokemon's going to go ahead and scout the top right and find that there is no DDE there. But let's see what DDE is going to do with this SCV. Will he choose something strange like a proxy, or is he just going to go ahead and do the normal scout? Looks like he wants to get the compensator. Yes, fast expand coming from DDE. Very, very nice to see. He's got the Marine setting out here, so he's going to try and get up as much of the time. And expansion coming from Pokebunny as well. Pokebunny is going with gas while DDE is not. But did DDE see this expansion? That is the question. DDE did. Yes. Go at the perfect time. He knows that Pokemon is going for expansion. He's got to feel good. And Pokemon actually has a Reaper, which would be great for scouting this expansion. You can just pop up over here and see the Expo, pop right back out, go around say around this edge, go past the obelisk that's just right over there, and there's no, never mind. He actually can't pop down here. That's a Blizzard map change. Blizzard Tal'Darim Altar has low ground here, so Reaper could theoretically pop down and pop back up. So that is a difference that I did not know existed between the two maps. So that is very, very key to note, guys, between the GSL Tal'Darim Altar and Tal'Darim Altar LE. Alright, looking at these guys macro, immediately I do see that DDE is ahead of Pokebunny. We could be seeing, Pokebunny coming in with that Reaper, going to go ahead and delay that factory by a long time. 2 SCV kills, he's going to get a 3rd SCV kill, he's going to try and get the Mule. Oh my god, but gets surrounded by the SCVs. Greedy Pokebunny is not able to kill the Mule. Better off going for the SCVs. Plus, you don't really know if that Mule's been down for a long time. I guess you can go to your timer on your own Mule, as it is TVT in the early game, so it's going to be fairly approximate. But without getting that kill, those 3 shots could easily have been spent on an SCV. Alright, so now this faction can continue being built. It is delayed, and we do have another barracks being thrown down by DDE. So they continue to macro up as much as he can. Orbital command did just finish for both of these players, and the mules being called down simultaneously. But now, Pokebunny again going for pure barracks. He really enjoys his Marines and his barracks openers against Terran. Very unconventional in that. But I have another Reaper out. Ooh, interesting. He's going to try and get the Mule this time. He already has actually delayed this mining by a lot, but he's going to get a kill on an SEV, yes. And another one. Ooh, control it. Oh my god. Look at that. Both these guys, one more shot, and they both would have gone down. Instead, an SEV with a kill that belongs to a Reaper. So we have an SEV that killed a Reaper. That is just always fun to see. But here we have a little push in by DDE. Going to go ahead and retreat at the exact same time. Pokebunny's been able to get a lot of units out, all things considered. He's now ahead in the food count. Or actually, now they're even in the food count. However, DDE just changed that by getting behind Pokebunny. But still, these guys are macking up at a very even pace. Very different from the games of Pokebunny versus Roses. DDE actually shift queuing his rally point on his command center, interestingly enough. Something you don't really generally see, but still not very well saturated in his natural expansion. Pokebunny has done a better job of transferring SEVs to make sure that his main is natural, mined for long periods of time. You can see the unit station that we do have DDE up ahead two SEVs, but the income's actually in favor of Pokebunny. That's because of the distribution of the SEVs as well as the muling that factors in. But really, Pokebunny's got a better distribution of SEVs, unless DD's fixed that. He's got a little better, but still not as strong as you would really like it to be. His main is rallied onto his natural expansion, so it's a little less efficient than Pokebunny's way of doing it, but it can be safer if you already have the perfect count of SEVs in your main base. But still, we got Siege Mode being researched by DDE. He does have one Viking and one Medivac being produced from this starport, and he's got tanks along the way. Siege Mode is almost completed. That's something key to note, as Pokebunny does not really get Siege Mode. It doesn't really even have Factory Tech right now. So, pure Marines right now are there any Marauders? No, it's just 16 Marines, 38 SEVs versus 38 SEVs, a Marauder, a Medivac, a tank, and 13 Marines. So right now, Pokebunny has the lead in terms of army, unless the Siege Mode is finished, which means that DDE definitely has an advantage. And look at that, Pokebunny tried to do a little bit of a pushing, and that's not going to happen. DDE now even has Medivac and Viking completed. What is he producing now? Nothing, interestingly enough, from his starport. That is not the way to go. But during this, ooh, look at this. We've got, during this entire thing of Pokebunny, going to go ahead and pull back, but DDE has control of his watchtower, seeing exactly what's going on. He might be trying to position his army to take advantage of this, and DDE sieging up his tanks in here outside of the vision of Pokebunny. Pokebunny is not, no, there you go, now Pokebunny knows. He sees this entire army moving in, and he's got only Marines down there. It's going to be very weak against the tanks and everything, but does DDE's got to see this. He sees this. He does have the flying units, so going to allow him to have vision, and Pokebunny might want to push in and try and attack these guys before the siege tank support is over there. DDE going to go ahead and start repositioning his siege tanks. But Pokebunny will be able to retreat if he's just watching this and pull back in time before the siege tanks actually siege up. And Pokebunny is going for a third base. Pokebunny playing very economically, getting the 10-minute mark, going for another base. But here we go. DDE is sieged up. And, ooh, getting one good shot off on all those Marines. And, that SCV got taken out. Well, that was an SCV in the mix, must have been at the watchtower. And, ooh, the Viking got picked off. DDE now going to have to rely on the Medivac to give him the fancy flying vision. But look at this, DDE's, his macro is really going up ahead of Pokebunny's. Pokebunny is now down 4 SCVs, and supply blocks are hurting Pokebunny. You can see his supply blocks right now. Production tab, 2 supply depots on the way, but they're not done quite yet. But look at this, Sim on DDE, going to move in and just start taking out all those units, but Pokebunny stimming a portion of his units to try and escape. Very, very good move, but still taking hits on the already stimmed Marines of DDE, but that goes down. Stim on Pokebunny, he's going to move in, he can snipe off those tanks, that'll be great. He's got a good spread of his Marines, hitting down the tanks, and he's got the better concave. He's taking down all the units from DDE. Oh my god, great move by Pokebunny, taking out so much from DDE. He can go ahead, oh my god, he's stimming again. He's going to try and take down these units, but he's got to get Medivacs out of them, because look at his health on these. Oh my god, these Marines have no health left. Look at that, 1 health, 3 health. These guys are so weak. He's got to pull back. If DDE can just get up some more units, he can really push his advantage right now in terms of the army health of Pokebunny, but Pokebunny is now ahead in the food count. He's got his third base now running, and look at this, transferring more SCVs. Really powerful stuff from him. Alright, look at this, Vikings are now here for DDE. He might be trying to do a little bit of harassment with those guys, but does Pokebunny have Starport Tech on the field yet? He does. Medivac's on the way, a lot of them queued up, knows the importance of that, especially with the health of these Marines that he has. He does have 2 Medivacs there, and there it is, the healing has begun. 1-1 upgrades on those guys, and here you go, DDE with these Vikings going to move in and try and take out a few of those SCVs. Pokebunny did see this though, and he only loses 1 SCV so far. Moving in with a few guys, the Mule actually going to get counted, starts to get targeted. That's what we're going with. The Mule starts to get targeted. But these guys don't have much time left anyway, so it's not a huge loss for Pokebunny. Plus, his third base is already done and everything, while DDE is just now getting up his. Pokebunny has now got the lead in the food count, and DDE is going to have to use a very powerful macro in order to get back into this. We do have a fully loaded Medivac and get ready to do some drops. But look at this. Pokebunny's got a Spotter Supply Depot beginning to complete down there. Pokebunny's macro is really starting to look good. You can see the income that Pokebunny's behind and the SCV count, but look at how far ahead he is in terms of the income. That 3 orbital commands are really showing. He's got 500, 600, 700 better mineral income than DDE, which is just so significant. He's still not mining from this refinery down there, though. I think he just wants to have the 3 refineries. That's all he needs. He's spending his money. No need to get really high in the gas count, I guess, from his end. But here we go. Command center is about to finish from DDE as Pokebunny is continuing to macro up, and DDE has now got his drop happening down here. He's going to go ahead and probably stim up, take out a supply depot, and then run away. But look at this double drop down here. Oh, Marines being dropped down here, but they're going to start getting taken out by Pokebunny's Marines, targeting down the Medivac. That's going to go down easily. But look at this. Oh, DDE just ran in there. It's now taking out a bunch of SCVs. Great double prong attack. Going to go ahead and distract Pokebunny from defending this. And look at this. Just going to retreat with all those Marines still alive. That is frustrating for Pokebunny to deal with. Pokebunny is still ahead in the food count, though, but he's now behind in the SCV count more than before, but he's not that far behind. He's also getting +3/+3 for his infantry right now, already at +2/+2. Look over here, DDE has 1-1 for his Marines, but that is it. His production tab does show vehicle weapons level 1 being made, so he's going to start researching for his tanks in a very, very interesting move. Does Pokebunny have tanks? No, not at all. He's a pure Marine. Pure Marine. That is all. Wow. Very unconventional TVT. He's also got another command center going down. Mass Expand, Mass Marines is what Pokebunny does in TVT. Very interesting to see this. All these siege tanks are going to be so good against the Marines if they just get into range of them. But, look at that. Oh, scanning over there from Pokebunny, seeing the exact army composition and position from DDE. Let's see if Pokebunny's going to move in or try and do a drop or something. It looks like he might drop, but look at this. We have a hidden export from DDE all the way here in the bottom left. Interesting choice. Can go down there and look at this. Drop down there. We have Marines are attacking all these SCVs. Is there going to be a stim on these Marines? It looks like there it is. There is a stim. But now a stim on those Marines is going to move in. And it looks like Pokebunny is just going to go ahead and keep his army there. No siege tanks are in position except for this one that is unsieged. But there we go. That Medivac got taken out. But Pokebunny is still taking a lot of doing a lot of damage. Look at this. So ahead in the food count. 35 food. Oh my god, he killed so many SCVs, just drops everywhere. Look at that. Oh, DDE wants to do a drop, but 49 SCVs are left for DDE. Pokebunny being very effective and very impressive in his just capability of controlling DDE. First with the Reapers, and moving on to the straight Marine play with a lot of drops. Good army composition, just overwhelming the macro and superior army of DDE with the tanks and everything. Very interesting. DDE's a little bit of a hidden base down here is almost done, and we have all these SCVs transferring over here to Pokebunny, who's got an orbital command down there. He does such a good job of just not having planetary fortresses, just making sure to be as economic as he possibly can be. And now DDE has all of these Marines. They are still at 1-1. He's just now getting +2. While if you look over here, Pokebunny's got 3-3 upgraded Marines. Very powerful. And there's a stim on everyone's units. Going to start moving them, but Pokebunny's going to spread his units there. Great spread. Beautiful concave, but his Marines are just getting decimated by the tank count of DDE. And oh my god, Pokebunny lost so much in that attack. Just completely clumped up Marines against all those tanks just did not go well for him. You can see the unit station. We have 25 Marines and 4 Marauders being the entire army composition of Pokebunny right now, while there are 11 tanks out for DDE. That is just so strong. So much splash damage that Pokebunny is having a very hard time of dealing with this. But look at it, trying to push in a little bit more, doing a lot of damage to these guys, but DDE does have all these Medivacs to be able to heal these guys very quickly. Look at this, an Orbital command down here now done for DDE. Will he be transferring SCVs from his natural or somewhere? It does not seem. There it is, taking them from his main. How many SCVs? Good solid chunk. But look at this. DDE's army composition is just so powerful. Pokebunny's already ahead of DDE again in terms of macro. Just straight Marines is just being so simple for him to macro. Pulling SCVs to tank the tank shots. I do enjoy saying that. I do have to say that. But look at this. All of these Marines are just oh my god, the macro of these players is just impressive. DDE and Pokebunny both approaching max, both on 4 bases. Look at all those SCVs just going across the map. But oh, DDE has all these tanks. Pokebunny's got to be so careful with his army, as these guys can just evaporate them with the splash damage. He might want to actually do some bombs, but the problem is that there are all of these Marines down here just waiting to kill fully loaded Medivacs incredibly easily, and DDE just go ahead and start oh my god, Pokebunny going for a full-on surround, beautiful army engagement, just taking out everything. Marines down there just destroying the tank count down there, but DDE still has all of those Marines of his own. Pokebunny taking out the tank count. He might want to just stim again. Oh, he stims again, but look at this. DDE has that entirely bigger concave, but Pokebunny has the upgrades, but he's doing so much damage, but oh my god, DDE just has too many units. 2-1 attack is really helping, but Pokebunny's 3-3 is just proving to be a lot for DDE to handle. The problem is that DDE is now ahead in the food count. Board, look at this DDE. Oh my god, Pokebunny. All those Marines. If you had those in the battle, oh my god, they just would not have an army right now. And that would be great for you. Look, there's more tanks still back here for DDE. 6 tanks. How many factories does he have producing? Looks like he's got 2 just constantly producing siege tanks. We have a lot of Orbital Command mining down here. Refineries down there mining. And look at this. Pokebunny expanding again, trying to get up a 5th base. But look at this. We have Medivacs down there going to go ahead and try and do a drop onto Pokebunny's 4th. And this is going to be very effective. Pokebunny does not have much in the way of defense. And he's just transferring so many SCVs. They're just asking to get killed. And look at this. DD's in a beautiful position. Pokebunny is not ready for this. He's going down there to start trying to move around his watchtowers. Just be in position to defend this base. But look at this. DDE is going to go ahead and run in. Where is the stim on these Marines? And, oh, he's not stimming. But he's taking hits, and there it is, stimming, and oh my god, Pokebunny's SCVs are going to just start surrounding these guys. Oh god, the SCVs do have +3 armor, it's going to help them be more resilient against the Marines, but still, that's not going to matter too much. DDE is now getting +3/+3 on his infantry, and look at this. Pokebunny's going to go ahead and start attacking DDE's base down here. We're going to be seeing a little bit of a trading of expansion, but Pokebunny's made a good use of this expansion already, mining a couple hundred from all of these ones, getting over 500 in a lot of them. This Orbital Command is going to go down, and here we go, all those SCVs just erased. Oh my god, Pokebunny is just doing a great job with keeping DDE contained. Pokebunny now has this X-Bulb, and that's going to be great for him as getting an Orbital Command as well. But look at this. 1 Marine down there going to go ahead and prevent any expanding back into that spot. Pokebunny does have this Orbital Command. Nothing else mining down here, so you might want to lift this off and actually bring it to a new expansion where he can get minerals. If you brought that down to here or so, or maybe even back to this spot, and oh, he's actually bringing down from is that from his main? No, that's not from his main. He built another command center, but just landed it down there. I don't remember which, but here we have. Oh my god, Pokebunny is taking out so many units. Whoa, look at that. DDE just sacrificial Medivacs, and I don't think he saw this base. Does DDE know? DDE does know about this base. But he's still being contained with only 1 mining base left, and barely at that. The income is clearly in favor of Pokebunny, even though Pokebunny has fewer SCVs on the field. He just has more in terms of everything else. The army count is definitely in favor of DDE with the with this huge tank count, SCVs with this attack as well. DDE doesn't have anything in mind. He might as well use the tanks, the SCVs in this army and take out very, very little. We actually had a stim on all these Marines, forcing Pokebunny back. Pokebunny's got a huge concave already set up, ready just to attack everything into DD's army. But look at this. All these tanks are going to survive much longer, especially with all those SCVs just alive in tank hits. But look at this. All the SCVs are engaging without being inside the tank range. There we go. Pokebunny is now moving in, but the tanks back here are just decimating everything from Pokebunny. Look at the food count just plummet for Pokebunny, and all those SCVs tanked this Marine so well for DDE. Very, very, very nice move. But Pokebunny has the income. DDE does not. Pokebunny can replenish and remacro. DDE cannot. Let's see if Pokebunny is going to continue to do this. We do have 16 Marines in production from Pokebunny. That's a lot of barracks capabilities. Look at this. All these barracks. Reactor. Tech lab. So besides Tech Labs, that's a ton of barracks. Each reactor basically counts as another barracks. And look at this. Oh, Pokebunny's going to have to pull a retreat. But oh my god, DDE, his tanks are going to be the game changers in this, as Pokebunny just has so much, but this is such a high count of tanks. 15 tanks is so much, plus the SCVs were able to repair, but more stim on all these guys. Pokebunny trying to go in and just decrease the tank count, not getting out any of those deals, but look at this, DDE keeps on stimming, and he does not have that many Medivacs on the field, but oh my god, this could be the bad thing for him, is that he has all that stim damage done. Pokebunny going to try and get a flank. He's actually in a good spot to do so, but there are all these reinforcements from DDE that are happening. DDE's also now got this main base down there that's going to allow him to get his income back up. The income is still really in favor of Pokebunny. His DDE's right now at 100 with an equal or SCV count. DDE does have higher food count. These tanks are just so powerful. And a few get picked off. Very nice from Pokebunny. He's going to continue to sacrifice his Marines to bring down the tank count. He needs to go there and just GG from Pokebunny. DDE winning with almost no income, playing so well. Very, very good game. We're going to move on to game number 2 in a second. Pokebunny is now down 0-1 after a beautiful game. Let's see what Pokebunny is going to go ahead and choose for his map.